What is going on, guys? Welcome to Stock Talk with Nico Criticos. Today, we are going to be doing some analysis for Nintendo stock. This is ticker NTDOY. As you can see, the stock is up about 44% in the last 5 years, which is definitely underperforming the market. And we're going to get into the reasons why that is. But the first red flag I noticed here was that it's an ADR. Now, ADR does not mean that it's the end of the world. It's just a red flag to me because I like companies that are headquartered in the United States. It's a little bit safer and reliable of an investment. But again, I've been this week I've been buying a stock that's also an ADR, and it's not the end of the world. The next thing we want to look at here is the market cap is $69 billion. Okay. So keep in mind, this company has been doing only $3 billion of net income. Not only this past year, but the last 4 years now, it's done $3 billion. So that's pretty much no growth. Now, this company has grown, years prior, it grew quite a bit. Probably because the Nintendo Switch came out in 2017 and the sales kept going up and up, and that makes sense. But now it's been kind of stagnant. The weird thing is, here's the sales for the Nintendo Switch. And as you can see, even though the most of the growth was really coming in about 2017, so 2017 we had 2.14, 34 million, 55 million, and then 141. So my thoughts on that would just be they probably lowered the prices on them, and it's bringing in less money. That would be my initial guess. Um, but the bottom line is, if you're paying $70 billion for a company that's done $3 billion 4 years in a row, that's not, I don't look at that as very good. And when we go, check the P/E ratio, this says it's trading at 23 times, which is that's pretty close, I guess you would say. But look, in the past, it's traded at 10 times earnings. So really, this is, you know, I t really I wouldn't want to pay. I would try to pay under 18 times earnings for this. Really, I'd want to pay like 10 to 15. 10 to 15 would probably be the sweet spot there, where you're at least getting a pretty good deal to where this normally trades. That would be one of my concerns. Now, if this stock, let's say 2 years from now, the net income is double what it is today. Let's say they're doing 6 billion. Okay, well now the stock is trading at 11 or 12 times earnings, and it's a pretty good deal. But that's only if that happens. That's why I wouldn't want to bet solely on that, because you always want there to be a lot more upside than there is downside, right? You want to limit the downside and have as much upside as possible. This stock has, if the Nintendo Switch sells well, and you know the marketing and the expenses and everything are kept under control, then and that bottom line goes up to, let's say, 5 billion, 7 billion, whatever it is, then there's some upside here. There's some money to be made, right? The stock could almost double, really, because that I could see that net income doubling over the next couple of years. But that's only if that whole, situation plays out that way. That's why I would be a little bit skeptical with that. But if you really wanted to start investing in this stock like right now, I would say make it a really small position and kind of it could shoot up, it could keep going, but just expect that it could go down, because it's a very realistic possibility that in the next couple of months the stock will go down to $10 or $9 or something like that. And then when that happens, then if you're still bullish on the stock, then buy the second half of your position or buy some more shares, whatever. Um, so it's almost 50-50 really, because I see almost the same amount of upside as I see downside. I could see the stock going to $9 or $10, and I could also see it going to like $20, right? If they execute well, if the Switch sells well, then yeah, I could see this being a $20 stock in 2 years or 3 years from now. So that would be my analysis on this. I would just say be careful with this. Um, and that's pretty much it. I would not make this a big position right now. That's all I'm going to say.